We sell your items online. Go ahead, declutter your life. Have a yard sale or let eBay do the work. From the thrift store shopping to that wallet popping. There are two things in life that are certain. Deathpiles in Texas. Deathpiles in Texas. With Derek Everitt and Adam Beesley.
Hey, D-Roy, it's that time of the week. Time to do another Deathpiles and Taxes.
It's that time of the month, Adam.
Oh.
We've missed a few weeks, I think, so.
We have missed a few weeks, but I'd ask you how you're doing, but man, you look great. You look refreshed. Looks like you had an excellent weekend, my friend.
Well, you were right there by my side, so I think firsthand experience. It was a good week. Last week was a good week.
It was an excellent week. Glad to know you made it back from the Gainesville, Florida. I think you made it back in a better piece than the football team did in more than one way.
I made it back faster, that's for sure.
I made it back even faster. I had a bright and early departure, so
I got 3 hours of sleep. You only got 2.
I got like 1 and 45. So
Have you recovered yet?
almost. I'm almost back there. I'm in the swing of extension tax season. That's why I'm still here working. I got to work. Got some things to get done these next 2 weeks.
I got you. I had to work this week as well, so it's weird. Time zones are weird, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how's the old card game been going for you, big feller?
Well, I did pretty well. I know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Yeah, know when to walk away and
Oh yeah, there we go.
Back to the do 30.
I'm back to several do 30s trying to get caught up.
Yeah. You talking the graded card game? You talking the wrestling cards? What are we talking?
Oh man,
We talking because last week at this time, me and Adam were trying to fly to Vegas. I got my ticket for $12.50. That's been my favorite thing to tell people all week is that I flew to Vegas for $12.50.
it cost me a lot more than that.
And by the time, you all right?
I'm okay.
All
That was a rough dooski on there. Not used to the hard stuff.
We had a delay. By the time we got there, it was pretty late, and we had to make some hay while the sun was shining. And
It was probably good. I had a good time playing the cards, but man, those slot machines, those things are killer. They ate my lunch and spit me out for dinner.
I did okay.
I know that you did okay.
I did all right.
That's the problem. I try to imitate you in life, and just like most things, I definitely came up short.
Maybe I'll write a course someday. You take the D-Roy slot playing course 101.
I don't measure up to the D-Roy.
It was good. The hard part's getting out, but we had to get out because we had to wake up in the morning. So
we had to get up bright and early. We went out to the Earl Grey and got us a little breakfast and headed out to Orlando.
So yeah, no, it was a good weekend. I had some sales come through. That's a good thing about online selling is even when it's slow or whatever, usually when you're not there, things sell and people want them right then. So
yep.
I was able to I have like seven things that actually sold, and they were all cards. So
that was a good thing, and I know we had our buddy Mr. Michael Benjamin there. He was with us, and he had some sales going on at the same time.
We did all right. I had a Whatnot the week before, and I had a great Whatnot experience. Come follow me over at Derek Everitt. I had a pack of cards, went for $100 on a show, and I have a great audience over there, good people, and we have fun. So,
for those of you who don't know, might be new to the show. I mean, like I said, we talk about reselling, we talk about taxes, we talk about life. Derek's going to be your life coach. He's been mine for years. Give some good advice, but the Whatnot is kind of it's a new format to sale. That is the one thing. I mean, so we've been doing the show for a couple of years now. You got to learn to adapt in many ways. When we started, Whatnot was not even a concept, and now it's basically turned into a fire sale online bidding market, which is super fun, super exciting. I guess it goes back. I would say it's very similar to a couple of years ago. I don't want to. There's a women's clothing line that was really big on doing these type online auctions. And I'd say it's similar to that kind of thing there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Facebook / Instagram Live, half that, half eBay. It's a little integrated a little better, so people that pay, they're in the system, and you can track your stuff a little better than writing it down on a 3x5 and saying you bought it or got it. But same idea. I mean, if you can do it on Facebook or one of those things, you're not paying the fees, so good for you if you got an audience, do it that way. I'm having a good time. So usually Friday nights I do all my wrestling cards, and we'll do wrestling, and people kind of get into it. I took some advice from the friend group, and our buddy Pelican said, "Man, you need to call it like it's a wrestling match, because I'm like, what can I do to be a little different?" So I'll usually, when it's about 5 seconds left, if somebody's in the lead, I'll say what the finishing maneuver was, he just hit the double arm DDT or a sleeper hold or whatever, and then I'll go 1-2 for the pin and 3 if they win. But sometimes people kick out, or some outside interference comes in, kind of riles people up. They want to get the W, so that's been good. And then on Saturdays, I've been doing like 90s basketball, so I've been able to get boxes of like the old Skybox or NBA hoops and stuff, and we'll go looking for Jordans. Is usually why I call it Jordan hunting. But good group of people on there, a lot cheaper compared to what some of the modern cards go for. And they'll just come in. I've had people that just come hang out 3-4 hours, buying packs, looking for Jordans. We kept getting a bunch of Cotton Fitzsimmons cards the other day. He was a coach for like the Bucks or somebody. And like by the time I got the fourth one, I said, okay, next Cotton Fitzsimmons card that gets pulled, I'm going to throw it in this Jordan card. So I had like a chase card was this, pretty good value, like $5 to $10 value raw Jordan card. And so people are like, oh man, I want a Cotton card now. Now I'm after Cotton, and it's just fun. It's just, it's fun to interact with the audience. Sometimes you list things on eBay, and there's more money, I think, on eBay unless you have a really big audience, but you don't get to interact as much. And you kind of have a us versus them. Where on Whatnot, it's kind of like, you kind of almost like friends with the groups. You can interact with them. It's just different, but both good platforms. I think if you're trying to pick up merchandise to flip that you want to put on eBay or Mercari or anything like that, I think if you went to Whatnot and had some discipline, because it is easy to kind of get caught up in the hype or just bid because you want to bid. But if you actually took the time to look for what you're looking for, especially if you find newer sellers or newer groups without as many people in there for competition, sometimes they're just wanting to get their name out there. They'll sell things cheap, start off at $1, whatever. You can get some pretty good deals. So even if you're not looking to sell on Whatnot, it's a good place to pick up merchandise.
It is a good place to source. I know that you can see some things and you get into the right sellers' rooms. It's pretty fun. It really is. It's a good time to spend some quality time, maybe a couple dollars. And I'm not gonna lie, I've heard that it's addicting. I've heard people that we know may or may not actually may have had to delete the app, but just like everything, it comes back on. Can you confirm that story?
I mean, it's all things in moderation, right? Like if you have a problem, you probably shouldn't be going to the casino, or shouldn't be bidding if you have a problem. I'm not saying to do it, but if you're not looking to sell, not looking to grow your collection, they got everything on there from T-shirts to bowling balls to cards. Whatever you're looking for, they have you on there. So
except drugs.
No, I'm not even sure about that. There might be code words. I don't know. But no, it's
Cotton Fitzsimmons.
Yeah, it can be an addicting thing, and if you got a problem, or you feel like you're spending too much money, it probably is a good thing to just delete, walk away, maybe come back again another day, or maybe you're done. Like, know your limits in life, right?
Which, speaking of, I'm going to throw this out in the metaverse there, D-Roy. We've talked about it for years, and that is the hard part. Is it's always the follow-up. That's why all these guys, your buddy Gary Vee says, I don't care. I'll give 100% of what I do. The reality is only 99% are going to ignore it, and only 1% will do the work to make it happen. So I'm going to throw out this thing. We've been talking about it for years, as gambling is a problem for several people. So what we've talked about is the gambling app. The always, hey, I bet you $10 that Pelican can't put down that 17th rack of ribs. I'll bet you $10 for that. There should be an app for that. There should be a place that has an escrow account that you can basically both, digitally put money in and then once the bet is either completed or not completed, essentially it's a handshake bet like you used to do in the old days.
Gentleman's agreement. Yeah,
a gentleman's agreement, and you pony up the cash, but then it's really, hey, this is what happens. So said bet happens. Really you have to put in, 10% or more, and that's how you make money on the app. we brought it up over the weekend in Florida, and I heard if you put it out there, somebody's going to steal it. I just want to put the idea out there so that I can say it was my idea first. It's time-stamped. Now, whether I really make it happen, I still think it's a great idea, Derek. What do you think about this?
You just want to use it, is what you're saying.
Well, I want to be the guy who made it, because then I'll be a gojillionaire. I can be hanging out with the Elon Musks and the Jeff Bezos of the world.
Well, why don't we find somebody that's an app developer and get it made?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We need to do it now that we've put it out. I swear, I know we've talked about it before, but this is getting into that developmental stage.
Yeah.
This is where rubber hits the road. So when this happens, I can at least complain saying, I thought about it, I said it, whatever the day you post it, we're recording 9/8/22 at 4:02, which is 16:02 military time. I said it, right, D-Roy?
Yeah, I guess I'm sitting here as I live and breathe. This is happening, but no, I had a little interesting interaction. I've been on the Twitter a little more than usual, kind of scanning through things. I kind of like to interact on there. There's a pretty good wrestling card community is more active on Twitter than other places, so I kind of get going there. But then you kind of get down rabbit holes and it finds out what you like. So we got some college football coming up, and there's two pretty big fan bases in the state of Utah, and I happen to belong to one, and probably straddles the line with the other. And I have a hard time with the other fan base. I don't really mind the coaches. I know some of the players. I'm working with a kid that's a gray shirt right now, and so I don't really have a problem with most of the players. And there's a lot of the fans that are pretty good people, but there's some, and I know it's all fan bases, let's go too far over the line. But anyway, I'm sitting there talking, and they're talking about this game that we went to. Was the opening game was Utah and Florida down in Gainesville. And Florida has a pretty good program traditionally. They play pretty tough at home.
Pretty good little ball club.
Good little ball club, pretty good home field advantage. It's hot and humid, as we heard all last week. Utah was coming in ranked number 7. They came off a pretty good last season. They went to the Rose Bowl. Good, fun little team. And, man, this guy was just trolling, and I took the bait a little bit. And I don't even remember how it came about, but I was like, Utah, Vegas is favoring them to win. They're not going to get blown out. They were favored at the time by 3 points. I think it might have went down to 2.5 or something like that. And, the over-under was like a 56 or something. So I'm like, they're looking to score some points. Vegas isn't usually wrong. The guy says, well, you want to put your money where your mouth is? Like, sure, you know me. Like, whatever. Yeah. Like, how much? Like, if you're going to say, like, $5,000, we're not going to do it. But, he's like, well, $25. I said, okay, $25. I said, here's my problem. Is if I win, you're off the face of the earth. Like, you disappear, and because you're affiliated with this other university, we don't really bet or gamble. I was just saying that for show. If you win, you're going to be right at the doorsteps wanting my man's money. I knew the game getting into it, but took a screenshot. I said, whatever, yeah. Some other people chimed in, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, it's $25. What's that really matter, And, like, no points, just straight up, yeah, okay. The second, like, I didn't tell you this, but we were going home. Before we even, like, left the stadium, basically, this guy...
When I didn't even have internet service.
This guy had already sent me, like, a thing on the Twitter with, like, a screenshot, like, you going to pay up? You going to be honest about this or whatever? And, like... I did, but I went on the Venmo, and we have a thing on the Venmo where if you owe some friends money or whatever, you put a colorful description on what you bought. Let's just say that he might have to be talking with a ecclesiastical leader about the things that he bought from me, and may have had some women's accompaniment for a night and some pills that helped his performance go a little better. So,
wow.
But I did pay. But all I'm saying is it's a good time of year because that kind of stuff happens. I just hate that. I guarantee had Utah got that last drive and scored, never would have heard from the guy again.
So here's the thing.
But if we would have had that app, that's what this whole big thing was. The big round. If we had the app, we'd locked in both $25, and it would have just been taken care of and taken. Yeah,
taken. The nice part is now you found somebody to tango with, And then you just say, hey man, give me a chance to get my monies back.
That's my double or nothing. I'm already thinking double or nothing with Baylor this weekend. It's coming into Provo. I don't know.
It's worth a shot, right?
Number 10. Yeah, you know me.
You never know. It's always fun to, and I think that's the whole idea, the whole aspect. I think I know what's happened is the older I get, I think the less I care.
Well, when you're young, you got a lot less priorities in life. Things aren't as important or too important. I enjoy my team. I want them to win. I like the rivalry. I like a little trash talk. But we went down to Florida again. We've said that 5 times now. And we're walking around, and people are trash talking or whatever. But I just take it as like, it's just fun. It's just funny to me. You know, you're getting cursed at or whatever. But it's with a smile on their face. It's not like you're ready to throw down. You're just like, well, we'll see what happens. And we made friends with the people around us. But you read some of the stuff and other people online that were just, you know, appalled and never going to step foot there again and can't believe the kind of treatment. It's like, it was a wonderful experience for me.
I'm telling you, we put a punishing over at the Happy Crab. That was probably the highlight between that and the Korean barbecue. I mean, that's the whole thing. When we go, we eat well. At least when I'm there. I've heard other trips when you guys have gone, you like to frequent the Burger King.
Well, nothing wrong with Burger King. I'm not going to sit here and let you soil the good GD name of the King. While we're talking.
I mean, that's what I've heard from past experiences.
All I know is if you have a Whopper experience for like a penny, you're going to load up.
If Prumpy isn't there, I mean, it's like we're eating like peasants. But you know, if Prumpy's there,
we had prime rib and we had the teppanyaki, the steakhouse.
Well, see, I'm just those are what I've heard.
And we had like the good breakfast place. We just had, you know how you like to just.
That's the best part.
You had pizza from a truck stop. You're going to be talking trash about with the Burger King.
See, that's the best part. The guy on Twitter, he just knows how to troll D-Roy.
You probably are the guy on Twitter.
And he takes a big bite right out of it.
That's probably the guy on Twitter right here across the room from me.
Now you got me thinking. My problem is I do everything in my own name. I don't hide behind a keyboard. If I say it, Adam Beesley said it.
Yeah.
I don't need any misremembers or I didn't really say that, even though you got a screenshot. I'll tell you I said it.
Yeah, you Lacey Van Sickle.
I guess. All I know is, if I say something, I'll say it and I'll say it to your face because that's just not the kind of person I am.
So me and Adam had a big delay coming out of Provo.
Yes, we did.
So we didn't get to bed till pretty late / early, depending on how you want to call it. Then we flew down to Orlando, but with the time difference, man, we got there at like, 9:30, something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Had to catch our Uber, get over to our hotel, which is like a half hour away, 20 minutes away.
Wasn't bad.
And there's a restaurant across the street. I was looking it up as we were landing, like, where are we going to eat? Because I know we hadn't ate all day. We had some breakfast. But we had limited time because things closed down. I mean, it's not 24/7.
It's not Vegas.
I mean, we had the Waffle House was 24/7, but if he's not going to go to the Burger King, am I going to get my man in the Waffle House? I don't know.
No.
And so we had the Happy Crab, which was across the street. And luckily they were open. We got there like 10 o'clock.
We got there early enough.
I mean, close to 11.
We spent the full hour enjoying our meal.
And we have this waitress come up, and she's wearing it's my birthday
happy birthday sash,
which I was thinking more about this. It's probably always her birthday at work. If you're a waitress or a waiter, that's the way to do it. You want to get some good tips. You show up and say you're working on your birthday and you're here helping these people out on their birthday. They're in Orlando. It's a family vacation. You know, people are maybe getting a little liquid courage. I don't know. They're relaxing a little bit. They're more likely to throw some money that way. So we're looking through everything, and Adam found like the super what was that thing called? Like
the feast for 12 or something.
It was like the sea hags revenge or something. The sea captain's betrothed came up in they brought it like a treasure chest.
The mud bugs.
And so it was a lot. We had crab, we had the mud bugs, we had mussels,
we had shrimps,
we had clams, we had
corn,
we had potatoes. Adam ordered us some crab cakes on top of it.
Yeah.
And man, we just went to town.
Key lime pie.
Key lime and cheesecake. You went double dessert.
You always got to go double dessert.
So after that, we waddled back over to our went to sleep. But man, that was a good meal.
That's the best. We're just documented some great times that we had. It was super phenomenal. We didn't really get a chance. We were kind of on a time crunch, but we did go to our buddy Hogan's shop.
We went to the Hogan Beach shop.
And there was some cool memorabilia in there. There were some things that I was definitely, taken aback to.
A little nostalgia.
There was some good nostalgia that was there. I will have to say, when you're in Rome, you're Roman, right? Like, here's the thing. Like, I know D-Roy and Painter, they're kind of tight. Like, it was hard because when you were walking, I couldn't tell where the squeaking was coming from, whether it was D-Roy or Painter. So we get into the Hogan shop, and there's a sign, there's a ring inside. Like, there's a literal a wrestling ring inside of the place, the old 7-Eleven, and it said, "Please come talk to us before you get in the ring." And I'm all game for it, and these guys probably do, but it's an attraction. You had to throw down a 20 spot to be able to go in there, take some pictures, and hold up the belt. So I knew if I didn't do it, it would have been one of those things that we always regretted we didn't do. So I just went ahead and took care of that so that D-Roy and Painter would make sure they didn't miss on the experience.
Well, it was appreciated. I went in there. I was going to go up the ramp, and Adam said, "You're not getting in with the ramp. You climb through the ropes."
Not on my watch.
You climb through the ropes.
So D-Roy got up, and he rolled onto the first one. Painter thought he was going to be the big man and go leg up on the third rope, and little did you realize that's a tall third rope. That ain't happening. So he had to go through the middle like we all did, or like I did also, and we had a good time there. And it was cool because I think it's a lot of times right now where that 80s, early 90s nostalgia is kind of coming back. That's why your Stranger Things, all the stuff that you've been selling it just reminds people of what they were at that age. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we got the belt in there. You're putting the headlock on some guys, and I mean, I was just grinning ear to ear. I don't think you've seen me smiling like that since I don't know when. So
it was definitely a good time, and it was that, again, that nostalgia. So that's when I think a lot of these things that are selling, it is you're buying memories. You're reliving parts of either your childhood or memories with a grandparent or a friend or somebody that you can go back to that experience. Because literally, when we went back into there, that ring, it was like I was 10, 11 years old. Like, I could distinctly remember those Saturday mornings that I'd go over to my friend's house and we'd watch wrestling, because that's what you did. And then going to the pre-Blockbuster, because we didn't have a Blockbuster, and you'd always want to go check out the VHS of Royal Rumble 16 or W, even like not even the WrestleMania, but like the nitty gritty matches that, because back then you didn't have DVR, you didn't have on demand, the internet didn't exist yet.
I thought you were gonna get up on that top rope. I thought you were gonna come down off that turnbuckle with the double axe handle.
They told me I couldn't, but I don't know. I think the older I get, the more rules that I start to follow. So I didn't want to ruffle any feathers.
We didn't want to ruin it for the next guys. We actually said there's a few things we were getting. I don't want to ruin it for the next guys.
Yeah.
So
between that and checking out the McDonald's that had pizza next to us, it was a crazy trip there, D-Roy.
It was a pretty crazy trip. It went by pretty fast.
It went by way fast, and like I said, we walked away with sold some stuff while we were away. Had a great time. And like I said, a lot of it, I paid for part of that trip with stuff I had sold. I mean, I have my fun money set aside. That's what I've got fun money, and I don't know, there may or may not have been more lost in Las Vegas than in the fun money pool, but it was a good time though.
It was a good time. It's always a good time of the year. We're getting ready to come into fourth quarter like we talk about every year. This year's going to be a little strange. We could probably get into that in another episode. But it was one of those things we couldn't really go sourcing. We basically had a backpack, and that's all we could fit on the plane. So it wasn't a whole lot. We did get a few souvenirs from Hogan's Beach Shop. I don't know if I picked up anything in Florida at the game or anything. I don't think so, but my memories. I always have those. So
nothing but memories.
It wasn't really a sourcing trip, so to say, but it was a good trip. And like you're saying, the nostalgia tapped in on, just that kind of stuff. And man, that's what I've been selling for the last 10 years on eBay. So
that's all you sell is you're selling memories. So D-Roy, that being said, my friend, there are two things in life that are for certain, and that would be
Deathpiles and taxes.
Well within our rights to use this song. We're aware that preaching copyright is wrong. We're Lots of dedication, we've researched the legislation, and this music has nowhere else it belongs. Derek is the king of Deathpiles, and Adam does his taxes all the while. Deathpiles and taxes, selling stuff online in between. Deathpiles and taxes, no copyright infringement.